This is a learn from my mistakes video. Some people convinced me to leave the original floor in the bus, and I did. And gradually I started feeling worse, and gradually I started finding other issues. And what happened was the floor, there's some leaks, some water leaks that I have found some of them, and I'm still finding some. But this is the floor that had always appeared to be dry and solid, and it wasn't. It was far from it. We've had a lot of rain lately, so it's been real easy for me to find the places now that I've got a whole bunch of stuff ripped up. So I'm gonna continue with my progress. I want to mention, if you run into mold, get this stuff. It will save you. It'll save you, okay? I'll just say that. All right, back to work for me. I had a lot of mold. I've already wiped some of it up, but you can probably see how thick it is right there. And it was all in that corner. Basically, that plywood floor, this is right up against the edge there, and so it could never get dry with all of this other stuff on top of it, which is, you know, essentially how school buses are made. You know, they're pretty leaky air-wise, so this wouldn't really be that big of a problem if it was just left as a school bus. But a combination of things. When we took the seats out, the holes got filled with caulk, which is something I insisted on, but I really wanted the floor out, but I was just in no shape to do that at the time. And so it didn't happen. So here's my issue. The only way to get to the rest of the floor here is to dismantle the shower. I really wasn't planning on doing this much dismantling, but at this point I think it's critical that I get all the mold out of here. So I'm gonna be camping out a lot over the next few weeks while I'm also trying to work. So today and tomorrow I'm going to dismantle as much as I can possibly manage, and hopefully be able to put enough back together that I will be able to still work and function in here. So I'm setting this up on my bed. It's a little bit weeble wobble, so I have no clue what my shot is, but I'll leave it up for a few seconds. I'm just finishing taking this apart so I can get it out the door, and then some of my other messes are going to go into tubs. I need to go get some more plastic tubs from the store. I didn't get enough. And try to put my stuff packed away in a way that I can also get to the things that I really need over the next couple weeks, and just get after it. So I'll check in a minute. I'm going to turn it off for now, get this apart. I'll check it back in a few minutes. So here's what it looks like right now. Like a big friggin' nasty mess. And because the way this was done, I'm pretty sure I have to completely take this wall out and redo that section there too on the outside. Not crazy about that. So what I'm going to try to do is get this part completely cleaned up and usable and insulated. At least I think I can, because the floor seam is right here. So I should be able to do this whole half of the bus, and then even the back part Oops, I just spilled my water. Great. At least it didn't run towards the electricity, and then I can deal with taking this out. That, or I just keep destroying until I'm done. I'm not looking forward to this at all, but it's gotta be done. Well, I've been working on the refloor in starts and stops. I just ripped this up. Now this bus was in the Denver area, and so this is build up and pitting from the stuff they treat the roads for ice. I am very, very fortunate that there's very little rust. The mold, however, is another issue. It is pretty invasive. As you can see, this is all, and this has been treated several times, and it's just all along the edges where the moisture would come in and come up from the holes. Every one of the holes that didn't stay plugged on the board, when I pull the plywood up, it had mold on it, and the mold grew up the walls, and so it's pretty bad. But the great thing is I've got most of the floor out. The shower is going to happen later because I still have to work and function, and this is my residence, even though it doesn't look like one right now. So most of the deconstructing is done. I've got a couple spots of rust to treat, and then I've got to fill the holes and do a lot of cleaning, and I'll be ready to start putting in the new floor and the new walls. I'm going to run all of my electrical in waterproof conduit and run it down below, not like on this floor, below my subfloor in waterproof conduit. So that will be a big relief to me, to have it safely away from the water. And then I'll change out the water lines and not change how I put things that much. I mean, I'm still going to have my kitchen area over here. This triple thickness of wall and mess will of course go. I think I'll probably keep having the shower area like this. I'd rather not have to go repurchase everything. We'll see what happens on that. So the kitchen will come with a counter top to about here. The bed will come out a little bit further here, and it'll be up. A freshwater tank will go all the way back in the corner and be fully insulated all around it. And then all of this will be my workstation back here. This little thing with the power stuff will be there, and then the seat for the grandkids will be up front. Dressers here, hanging clothing under the bed, and then big deep shelf area to maybe halfway to the door, maybe at an angle to halfway. I haven't figured this all out yet, but part of it will be interior for my cameras and such, and then part of it will be exterior for my little quote-unquote garage area. So there we go, y'all. I am oh, hang on, let me show you one more thing, and then I gotta run because I gotta babysit. So this is the underneath of these boards. This one's not too bad, but it was an interior board, but you can kind of see a little bit of the mold. Here you can. The ones that are right up against the exterior walls are just completely, they're rotten and moldy and gross. So there's a real good reason to pull all this and You can see everywhere where there were holes, and that stuff came up and started corroding the metal and deteriorating the wood. And of course then there's also, because there were the holes, the moisture came up from the metal floor. This is a baseboard that's moldy, and there's the pergo that was already vapor sealed from somebody. Yeah, never mind on that. Anyway, this is my big mess. This is my home right now, and I gotta go. I got some other stuff I gotta do. I'll be back.